Hey guys, it's GranularSumo here, and today I'm gonna show you how I made this sound. Okay, so I mean this sound here. But I've also done a few other little things with it, like I put a stutter effect on it here. And then I did this like out of phase version of it as well. That one's a bit more drum and bassy, I guess. So yeah, like I wasn't really trying to make this sound. I just kind of like was just messing around with Serum and sort of it just happened. So I don't know, like there's kind of a lot going on, but the basics of it are pretty simple, really. It's just like really distorted and shit, basically. So I'll walk you through the original patch quickly. So I just initialized Serum, turned the sub on and set it an octave lower, and then turned direct out on. I think that, yeah, that like makes the sub bypass all the effects. Then I loaded this BSOD square wavetable and basic WRD for oscillator B. I set the first oscillator to an octave lower and the second one an octave higher, but I turned the level all the way down for the second oscillator. And I'm just using this as a like a modulator, like I'm using FM on this first oscillator. So I set the unison up to 5 on oscillator B and turn the detune down a little bit. You'll just have to mess around with the WT position a little bit because this is quite subtle, and I think I've automated the WT position on the oscillator A anyway, so yeah. Then that's pretty much it for this stuff. Then what I did was I turned on the dimension expander thingy, whatever it is. Just mess with the settings a little bit. Just copy what I have there if you want to get the exact same sound, I guess. Then turn distortion on. I quite like this diode 1 setting, and I turn the drive up a bit. Then put a flanger on and turn the rate down and turn the mix down. And then just the compressor at the end. Oh wait, no, there's also some reverb as well. I think I turned the mix down. So then I think that's everything for the like original patch. I might have changed the pitch bend slightly. I don't know what the default is, but it's set to 5 up and 5 down, so I don't know. So then what I did was so I just drew out a G. I started off with let's just okay, let's do this to get rid of all the automation, and I'll just turn off all these effects. So I started off with this note and just did a big pitch bend down, well, not a big one, just like kind of subtle. just the original patch. Okay, then what I did was I automated the WT position for oscillator A, the warp position. I can't remember what that is. Oh, that's the FM. That's how much is being modulated by oscillator B, and then apparently I also automated the WT position for oscillator B as well, but I think it's a lot more subtle. So with that stuff, it sounded like this. Like you can see the automation that I've done here. Like this is wavetable position, the FM, and the other wavetable position. So then, and I changed it slightly for the second time around. It's got a pitch bend up instead, and I just messed with the automation slightly. So then what I did was I added an amp, set to the blues mode, dry wet set to 30%, and I turned the gain down a bit. Just make the sound a bit grittier. Then I actually, this is next in the chain, but I actually added that afterwards, so I'll do these ones first. So this is just a notch filter and a bandpass filter that I've automated slightly. You can see the automation. I'm gonna say it's these two down here. So that made it sound like this. And then I put a flanger on it. Set the dry wet down to 20% and just mess with the position here. Then I threw an EQ on it and apparently just boosted the mids a bit, I guess. Doesn't make much of a difference, but it's what I did apparently. Then I compressed it at the end. Set to all the normal stuff, I guess, apart from I turned the makeup right up and then turned the dry wet down, but it was a bit too full on with the makeup all the way up, so I turned it down a little bit afterwards. So it's just like, what does it is like all this movement being like pushed into this compressor really hard, I guess. Then I decided that I wanted like a sort of warbly kind of sound, like sort of flowing into it. So what I did here was I'm just using this as like a dry channel. And then what I've done is I've got like a notch filter and it's got an LFO on it set to 8th notes apparently. And then I've like automated the frequency, but I've also automated the volume of the chain, so it like slowly comes in over time, and that's what makes the warbling sort of sound. Like over this part here. There's probably plenty of other ways to do that, but that's just like what I did at the time, I guess. So with all the automation, this part sounded like this. And then these two are pretty much exactly the same as these. So then I just want to quickly show you what I did afterwards. I didn't really resample it or anything. I just rendered it out. So these are exactly the same as the MIDI MIDI up here. But what I have done is over here. So I have that's actually just a track that I'm not using. So what I've done is I've just I threw a auto pan on it. and just automated the rate with the amount turned all the way up and the phase turned all the way up, and also the shape turned all the way up. So yeah, I automated the rate and then rendered it out to get this this sound here. Thought it kind of sounded a bit just different and like a nice variation. Then over here, what I did was I actually just had two of it's this sample here. I'll actually just show you quickly because I like doing this. So what you do is you copy the sample, turn them both down a bit so it's not ridiculously loud, and then just like detune one by like 1 cent to get that really like neuro funk, like drum and bassy kind of sound. And then like here I've just chopped up the samples a little bit and layered them over some kicks with some fades, and just low passed it a little bit. And I'm pretty sure that's everything. Yeah. Yep, that's everything. So I hope you found that helpful, and I'll be making some more tutorials soon, I guess. Tell me if you want some more Serum related tutorials. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys later.